It should work now. Let's see. Testing, testing. See, this is why I gotta have it. Let's make sure it's on. Okay. I see that it's on now. It's gonna be a short video, sort of. Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming back to my channel. So today, excuse my hair. I'm actually about to go blow it out right now. So today I'm going to go over the trade that I took today. I know in the previous video I said that I was literally on paper trading account. This is going to be a live one today because I can do that. And yeah, I'm going to go over the trade that I took today. I took puts in SPY, and it was a grand time. We were green today, got just a little bit. You know, I was very cautious today, actually. Very cautious today in entering. I'm actually kind of proud of myself for that because I realized, the more you get into this thing, the more you trade, you start realizing. And mind you, after a few years is when I'm just now sticking to one strategy. So strategy hopping, I would say, is my one huge red flag. I will create a video of me like using AI. I'll do like a weekly recap. And you can also find all those in my Discord. But I am going to be, ChatGPT literally told me I have no, I'm not basically using one strategy due to the difference in, the stuff that due to the difference in gains. Okay. So let's head on to, and let me make sure my audio works in this one as well. I believe so. So I'm actually using TradeZella. I actually really like TradeZella. I've been using it on and off for a few years now. And I like the back testing feature that actually shows the candles moving up and down as opposed to just the candles printing. So I'm going to be using that today. I'm going to go on Webull really quick. Okay, so on Webull, I have, this is the trade that I took today. It's buy, got $72 from it, which is great. Did I put 73? I put 73 in the title. I'll change that later. I thought it was 76. Why did I think it was 76? It was because of the 72.76. So let's get back to, that was me being open and vulnerable to my actual account size and stuff. So I'm gonna draw up my price targets. If you don't know my strategy, I just draw high stacks and low stacks, which I call them swing highs and swing lows, which is what I call them. And then I mark them up on the 15-minute. I actually got in this trade on the 1-minute time frame, but because the way the back testing is on here, I just have it set on the 2-minute time frame, which I can still see that it's still the same entry that I've got there. So on the 2-minute time frame, on the 15-minute time frame, I'm marking up my price targets to the upside and marking up my price targets to the downside. This is what's going to help me determine my bias for the day. Sometimes I like to mark up 3 to 4. And the reason I'm hesitant for this fourth one is because it's all the way down here, and knowing price, reversals are usually the times when, the market really swamps. So I will draw just a fourth one here as a precaution, just in case that market open, there's a lot of bearish pressure. So now that I have those price targets set up, I mark up my biases. So I would only be taking calls above the 740.11 zone and be looking for puts below the 737.24 zone. Now that I get back on the 2-minute, we can now watch how the market moves. Oh, wait. Hold on. Now that I did that, actually, we'll go back to the 15-minute. Make sure I have everything marked up. Okay. So on the 2 minutes, I'm going to make sure that this thing flows correctly. Let's see if we can do 2 seconds. What does that look like? Okay. Okay. It's emulating just a little bit of the market open. So this gives the closest real-time price action to me that I'm seeing. So when I look at this, I'm like, okay, the market has passed that first price target and it's really showing me that there's bearish pressure. My bias automatically for the day is puts. So now I'm looking for a proper pullback to the upside so it can create that market structure and get in for an entry for price to continue going down. So I see that there is a minor pullback over here. And as price continues to go down here, if you look at this joint over here, this joint, I waited for price to, am I in the correct one? I waited to make sure price was going, below. So I really wanted price to close below this zone, okay? And if I show you on the 1 minute, actually, on the 1 minute, price still came above here, and see how I could have been stopped out over here because price continued to go to that upside. But in reality, I actually entered at this zone over here on the 1 minute. So on the 2 minute, it's still actually accurate. Maybe I should just continue with the 2 minute. So on the 2 minute, it's actually, pretty accurate, showing me with the strong candle to the downside. This is where I would now decide to put, to go in for sells. So let me put one here. This is where I would decide to go into sells for a stop loss actually of top of this candle. And actually, let me see what my stop loss was on here. My stop loss was above. Well, if I got in here, my stop loss was going to be above this zone here. It was going to be the top of this candle. So on the 2 minute, it's just because on the 1 minute, it doesn't react properly. See how it's like really slow on the 1 minute, but on the 2 minute, it's pretty decent. Let me go back one candle. Yeah, so on that candle close, I went in for a sell and had a stop loss above here. Well, because price was so close, it could have been above here or here, but obviously I don't want any more pullbacks into during the market. Let me go back to that 1 minute. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. So if I press play, I see that there's still strong red candles to the downside. And at this zone, this is where I scaled out. So if you see on my Webull, I scaled out of one contract over here to see whether price was going to continue to the downside. And then I then exited once I saw that price had this wick at the bottom. I immediately got out. So yeah, that was basically the trade that I took. Let me go back and show it like in real time so that it can look just a little bit more clear. Go back to the specific candle so that I can explain everything. So real-time market, I see that price is, tanking. I'm hoping that it passed that first price target. It stayed below it. I see that price is creating a pullback. Oh, let me go on the 2 minute. My bad. Sorry, y'all. On the 2 minute, I see that price is properly making that pullback. And as price closed below there is when I would get in. Got in at this zone, literally at market close, and then sold some contracts here, got out over here. So yeah, that was the trade that I took today. This is on the 1 minute, obviously. I got in here and exited here, ultimately. So what I'm gonna do now, actually, is, can I save this? Let me exit out of here. How do I exit out of here? So what I'm actually gonna do, since this is TradeZella, I'm gonna go here. What's going on? How come it's not showing? Oh, because it's back testing. Okay. So on TradeZella, I'm gonna go over here, click on the trade that I took. Let's go to trade view. Oh, this is what it looks like now. Okay, yeah, so this is what we want to look at here. Okay, I would give this a 5-star rating because the price really did do its thing with the PB model. And I'll go to my strategy, and my strategy is called the PB model, and this is the one for puts. So what I did was, let me change this to the 15-minute. I did mark up those zones. I marked up those 15-minute zones. One here. One here. One here. Is this 15-minute? It looks so different. And then I marked up the bottom zones. 1, 2, 3. And then I got in at the 1 minute. Yeah, pretty accurate. I got in at the 1 minute over here. I got in at the break of this candle. Exited the break of this candle. And then exited at this candle as well because of the okay. So yeah. So we're gonna go over the entry criteria here. I did mark up the 15-minute price targets. The price did break below this zone. It broke below the first price target. A 1 minute low stack was formed over here. A pullback structure was also formed. And that 1 minute low stack was broken. Now my exit criteria was, honestly, stop loss was hit, or should I have put take profit? Honestly, that SL is supposed to be TP. TP was hit, and price actually did reject at that price target as well. So yeah, I'll mark this as reviewed. This was great, honestly. I will journal it later. But yeah, that is a trade that I took today. Thanks for coming to my channel. I will see you guys